Let's go. Streaming data free on the MTN network in South Africa.
This is Omni Sports.
T's and C's apply.
Yeah, Erik ten Hag's obviously a very angry person these days. He was furious with his players after United flopped again. A mistake by Christian Eriksen gifted 20, the Dutch side, a goal in their 1-1 draw in the Europa League last night. Eriksen had put United in front at Old Trafford before Sam Lemmers equalised for 20 on 68 minutes after Eriksen was caught in possession.
Today, especially the second half, I think we were too easygoing, too complacent, and we didn't bring it over the line. And as a team, you have to deliver this. You could see after when they draw how they celebrate what it's meant for them, and so they were on the pitch. But we as a team have to be ready for that, and we can't allow them a situation like with the equalizer that one player, the right fullback from FC Twente, is dribbling over the whole midfield without being stopped.
In the other games that happened last night, West Ham coach Julian Lopetegui left Anfield on crutches after he injured his calf after stamping his foot in frustration as his side were walloped 5-1 in the Carabao Cup by holders Liverpool. Manager Arne Slot reserved special praise for his Liverpool forwards Diego Jota and Cody Gakpo.
He was only on the score sheet in the first game against Ipswich, but he's been important for us in every single game he played. But a striker also wants to score goals, so I'm pleased for him that he scored 2 today, although he played on a number 10 position, but he scored 2 really good goals. And Cody, I think it was 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes before the end where he cleared the ball in his own 18-yard box, and that is also what he brings to our game, apart from scoring too, because if I see him in training, the way he hits the ball in and around the 18-yard box is with incredible speed. So I'm not surprised him scoring like this, but it's not only about them scoring, it's also about them defending in their own 18-yard box.
It was a 5-1 Kanda night in the Carabao Cup. Arsenal beat Bolton by the same score, with Raheem Sterling getting his first goal for the Gunners since his move from Chelsea. Mikel Arteta had to play his fourth choice keeper, the 16-year-old Jack Porter, after David Raya suffered a thigh injury against Man City on Sunday.
Yeah, injuries, and more injuries. Manchester City sadly have confirmed on Wednesday that Rodri suffered ligament damage to his right knee during that Arsenal clash, although the full extent of the injury still remains unclear. Pep Guardiola told media that there's no time frame for Rodri's recovery as yet. He's in Spain apparently looking, getting specialist help, but he said he will be out for a long while. It's very sad.
Very sad indeed. And the end of a career. Some may say too soon. Some may say an incredibly legendary career. France World Cup winner Raphael Varane on Wednesday announced his retirement from football at the age of 31, adding that he will remain at Como in a non-playing capacity. The former Real Madrid and Man United centre-back was excluded from the Serie A squad, having suffered a knee injury in August.
And more injuries. Real Madrid forward Kylian Mbappe has missed around 3 weeks of action with a thigh injury, including Sunday's La Liga derby against Atletico Madrid. He was injured in Madrid's 3-2 victory at home to Alaves on Tuesday. Madrid reported there's an injury to the biceps femoris in his right leg. So it's expected to be ruled out until mid-October. Biceps femoris.
So we don't know if it's load shedding. We remember that famous
load shedding.
Load shedding. But in the Betway Premiership action, the new boys Magezi FC was set to record an upset win over Golden Arrows, but the match was abandoned with just a few minutes left on the clock after a power failure at Mpumalanga Stadium. In other results, Kaizer Chiefs shocked the world and beat Amazulu 3-1, while Stellenbosch were 3-0 winners in their derby against Cape Town City. Those are your morning headlines. Kev, I'm not even going to muck about today. There's no time because we've got such a great show to get to. Let's get straight into the show.
You are with Omni Sport.
Africa's sporting passion.
Australia lost the third of their five ODIs against England to keep the series alive. The English victory snapped a 14-match winning streak with which the world champions were on. Coach Andrew McDonald spoke about the feat and how he was feeling about his side ahead of a massive 6 months on the cricket calendar.
It's definitely an incredible run of games to be able to maintain an undefeated sequence like that. Where do I see this team? I see this team evolving with young players coming in. We've clearly got a Champions Trophy where we'll be pretty settled in terms of the players that we're looking at for that, but there's no doubt then you start to forecast forward to 2027 and some of the players that we're blooding at the moment, we'd like to see them potentially, in that transition become key members of the Australian cricket team, and at the moment they're putting their best foot forward.
They are putting their best foot forward. And newcomer Aaron Hardie, all-rounder, spoke about the challenge of joining such a successful unit and how he will approach the challenge of ingratiating himself into the side.
I was a bit limited in the amount of training you can do, so yeah, I love batting up the order, but certainly aware that you have to earn your stripes as a batsman a bit, and sometimes spots pop up as a bowler a little bit more often, just the nature of the beast. So I've done it my whole life, sort of start in the teams, down the order a bit, and then eventually work your way up. So hopefully can do that as well. Yeah, I think, as I said before, it's sort of, no matter what level of cricket you're playing, you got to earn your stripes, and you sort of start in the team, play a few games here and there, and hope to cement your spot. So I'm sort of trying to look at this team the same. It's obviously nice when you've got blokes like Travis Head who's peeling off hundreds around you. You've got Mitch Starc and Josh Hazlewood opening the bowling. So it's nice to be able to have those boys the experience to lean back on. But personally, it's just nice to be able to go out there and get some opportunity with the bat and with the ball. So it's awesome having those boys around as well, because it certainly makes it easier to transition into the team.
They're going to dominate cricket forever, aren't they?
Yeah, they got a massive summer coming up, as you said. They still got 2 ODIs against England tomorrow and on Sunday. But then they go home, they get a month break before they host Pakistan for ODIs, T20s, and then the big one, they play a 5-test series against India. I mean, that's going to be the best cricket of the summer.
For sure, the best. And then, of course, ICC Champions Trophy in February next year. So I mean, the next 6 months, 7 months for them, absolutely, they're going to dominate forever. I mean, they've just got the perfect template. They don't muck around. They put lots of money behind it. Just all I'm saying to Aaron Hardie is, don't bring the sandpaper, if you know what I'm saying.
True. The one thing, I mean, we talk about them dominating 2005, I always remember, was the Ashes, and you know, the English are still going on about it. But you know that 2 kids, Archie Vaughan and Rocky Flintoff, were sons of the heroes Michael and Andrew. They've actually started playing first-class cricket for Surrey. You know, so let's see what can happen there.
You love to see it. Let's move over to the United States of America. The NBA is gearing up to get back into the swing of things. And Jason Tatum, the face of the defending NBA champions, Boston Celtics, had to address the fact that he had a rather awkward Olympics where he was a bit of a sideshow. Some have argued he's actually a sideshow on his own team after Jaylen Brown was voted the MVP of the Celtics victory over the Mavericks earlier this year. Tatum addressed the Olympics matter and how his Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla felt about this matter.
I didn't play in 2 of the games in the Olympics, so that was odd. But if you know Joe, it makes sense. Did I need any extra motivation coming into the season? No, I don't. I wouldn't. I'm not going to give anybody in particular credit that they're motivating me to come into the season. It was a unique circumstance, something I wasn't having experienced before in my playing career. But I'm a believer that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, it was very awkward because, he's sort of being billed as the face of the Boston Celtics, and then he didn't win the MVP. And so some of the accusations there are that he doesn't have that alpha personality, which you sort of see LeBron James and you see Steph Curry and you see the great Michael Jordan. Those guys in the NBA, where there's only 5 people on the court, is that they like the face of the team to be the alpha. But actually, Jaylen Brown seems to be the alpha at the Celtics. So it's awkward because this guy gets paid the most and he's kind of the face of it. And just a look behind the scenes here, our producer Imdu here, he's a big Jason Tatum fan. He's actually buying the shoes of this Jason Tatum guy. So
wow,
yeah. Listen, I mean, not his actual shoes. They're just replicas that you can get at the shop. So
yeah, okay. I mean, I want dude's obviously getting paid better than we are. But I mean, there's no doubt. But I see Tatum and Mazzulla basically said to him, "Let's calm down. Don't worry about the Olympics. You've got another 10, 12 years left in this league. Let's see what you're going to play here. Focus on the NBA.
It's all about winning. Just keep on winning. Let's move over to the football. Following an FA misconduct charge, Spurs' Uruguayan midfielder Rodrigo Bentancur could face a ban of, get this, between 6 and 12 matches. In a clip which emerged in June, the host of the Canal 10 show asked Bentancur to show the shirt of a Spurs player, with the 27-year-old allegedly replying, "It's Sonny's. It could be Sonny's cousin too. They all look the same." Here's what Son had to say on this allegedly racist statement.
We started play together when he joined, and he knew he apologized straight afterwards. When we had a holiday, I was at home, and I didn't even realize that was what's going on, and he just sent me a long text that you could feel that it was coming from his heart, and afterwards, then when he come back to the training ground for the preseason, and he just felt really sorry, and he almost cried when he said apologized in a public, also personal as well. So, but he felt like he feel really sorry. We are all human, makes a mistake, which is we learn from it. But I love Rodrigo a bit, and I love him, and he made a mistake, but I have no problem at all. So, which is, we move on as a teammate, as a friend, and as a brother.
Well, what's with these South American guys? Listen, Chief, the world's not perfect. I'm not saying people. If you want to be racist, you can be. Whatever. I don't live in this bubble where the world has to be perfect. But if you're going to be earning hundreds of thousands of pounds, can you not just leave your racist tendencies at home? You don't need to. Did he think it was funny to say it out? Again, South Americans maybe don't have the sensitivities we do in the Western world to this. I don't know.
Well, it's exactly that. There does seem to be an entrenched racism in the Uruguayan players. Some of them, Luis Suarez is an example, with his Patrice Evra incident. It's just daft. The good thing is, though, that it's out there. So I'd rather have that than hidden whispering racism.
Yeah, well said. And I hope the young man learns from that. It's we want to make everybody better, and everybody makes mistakes, as Son has said. So hopefully there's room for rehabilitation there. Let's finish off with a man who needs no introduction. The special one is at it again. This time he's the disrespected one in Turkey. Here's Jose after being fined 4,000 euros for allegedly not pitching, according to the reports in Turkey, for the press conference after his team lost to Galatasaray. Have a listen to Jose Nelly apologize here.
I never in my life escaped from a press conference, especially after a defeat. The game finished. I congratulate the opposing coach. I went direct to the flash interview, and then I was 70 minutes waiting to go to the press conference. I tried to go. I was not allowed to go. I was in the door of the press conference trying to go. I was not allowed to go. You finish the game, you go to the flash. And then you wait 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour. And the away coach goes. 70 minutes, I'm sorry, but it's lack of respect. So if anybody felt disrespected, I am the one that felt disrespected.
Listen live and on demand.
Welcome to Omni Sport.